forced his mind to remember happier ones, way back to the beginning, when he and Donna had realized they wanted more than just friendship. Leaving the kitchen, Isaac went to the family room where the fire he'd started in the fireplace earlier that evening was still blazing, bringing heat to the lower part of the house. He headed to the bookcase where he kept the one book he and Donna would thumb through while cuddled on the sofa whenever they got homesick. They'd reminisce about the past and think about old friends, wondering where they were now and what they were doing. Had they reached their dreams, and were they as happy as he and Donna were? Pulling down his yearbook, he moved to the sofa with his beer. He wasn't sure who appeared most in the yearbook, him or Donna. She'd been popular, well-liked by all. He'd been captain of the football, basketball, track, and swim teams, as well as the president of the school's technology team, bringing home trophies from several computer science fairs every year. Needless to say, he hadn't been a typical geek. He'd proven a guy could be a good athlete as well as a techie. He'd been as obsessed with computers as much as he'd been with sports, but he'd been obsessed with Donna more than either of them. Opening the yearbook, he immediately went to the section where he knew a number of Donna's photos were located. In one picture, she was smiling bright for the camera in her cheerleader outfit. He thought the same thing now that he'd thought then. Donna Marie Oliver was beautiful. Her hair was curly and long, spilling over her shoulders and cascading around her oval face. Her eyes were dark and expressive, her cheekbones high, and her mouth still looked deliciously sweet. However, it was her long legs he liked seeing the most. They were shapely and gorgeous, and always looked great in those short skirts she wore. Underneath the photos listed all her activities, which even then had been impressive. He flipped to the section where his photo was located. He had a list of activities underneath his picture as well. Both he and Donna had been voted most likely to succeed. Donna had also been voted most popular girl, and he'd been chosen as most popular guy. As he continued to flip the pages, his mind drifted back to when he thought the love, the romance, and passion would last forever. The passion. That was one thing he didn't want to think about right now. He missed it more than anything. It had never waned between them, even when their relationship began unraveling. Makeup sex had always rocked both their worlds. He forced his mind back in focus and finished going through the yearbook, remembering when his life had pretty much been close to perfect. Or so he'd thought. 6 years earlier. "Congratulations, sweetheart," Isaac said, clinking his champagne glass against his wife's. "And congratulations to you, too," Donna said, smiling over at him. Isaac returned her smile as they sipped their champagne. He'd made reservations at what had become their favorite restaurant in downtown Seattle. Tonight, they both had something to celebrate. Donna's promotion at work to advertising manager, and Isaac's letter from the University of Seattle stating that he'd completed all the requirements for his MBA and would be graduating in the spring. "Now I'll have more time to spend with you. I appreciate you putting up with my schedule the last 3 years," he said. "You would have done the same for me, Isaac. We're a team, remember?" Yes, he remembered, and was grateful for it. He'd dreamed about getting his MBA for years. It hadn't been easy. He'd continued working full-time at Myers Technology and attended classes at night, which often meant leaving work going straight to class and spending weekends studying. It had taken him 3 years to complete, but Donna had been behind him all the way. He couldn't have done it without her. Before long, the waitress brought their meal, and over dinner, Donna told him what her new duties would entail. He lifted his head at something she said. "Traveling?" She smiled over at him. "Not much, but yes, I'm happy about it." He heard the excitement in her voice. She'd always liked traveling, and he figured that with an airline pilot for a father and a former flight attendant as a mother, it was in her blood. The Olivers were known to leave the Cove at the beginning of every summer and not return until just weeks before the beginning of school in the fall. Donna would tell everyone about all the cool places they'd visited, both in the U.S. and abroad. Isaac's father had owned a repair shop in town, and he fixed anything and everything, from appliances to televisions to computers.